Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, once again, internet beware, it's showtime. I'm back. We will continue. I'm much better today. I was tired all yesterday. Today I'm a little bit logy because I got so much sleep, but that's better than tired. Just a little low energy. And good afternoon to whomever has joined me. Where did I leave myself? I don't think I had turned in the spy report when my system exploded. My stream exploded last night. Correct. We can't make the scythe yet, the water scythe. That'll be our next project, though. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I can't get out. No, okay, I can get out. It's fine. It's fine. None of my friends are online. They hate me. They hate me. No, they don't. Well, I hope they don't. I have a little bit of a weird little lag glitch when I start trying to scan, where it doesn't immediately scan. See? It kind of goes whoop. Bzzzt. I did start up some iron last night before I logged out, so I should have that waiting for me. Oh, wow, that was a little bit of glitching. There are two people I can turn the thing into. Atreides and the Harkonnen. They each have an advantage in here. Grab all the quests. I did not. Let's finish that quest. Grab that. Grab that. Grab that. Grab that. So, we can go with the Harkonnens. Now, the Harkonnens have the advantage in that there's a... Is that the second? Yeah, Imperial Testing Station number 10. The Harkonnen local base to this map, their little stronghold is right there. Very close. The Atreides one is like up here on top of a cliff and is terribly difficult to get to. So, dealing with the Harkonnen is a lot straightforward. However, if we check... One sec. What did we get for the one we just finished? Right, the bounty from Xantara probably never gets done. What did we just finish? I don't recall. Anyway, but the advantage... Let's see. Where is it that one? Guilds, Landsrod. Landsrod is means that this server is likely very strongly Atreides focused. And being in the right faction will get you advantages. So I think we'll go Atreides.
I'm pleased to see you again.
Missing agent is dead, but I have his encrypted report.
I feared as much. But hand me that report and I'll make sure his sacrifice was not in vain.
Here it is.
Let me have a look at that. I know Maxim's salivating for this report. You made the right choice. Trust is hard in this unscrupulous trade, but you've earned some goodwill.
Who's this Skorda individual?
How did you... This is delicate information. Perhaps you have a gift for intelligence work after all.
Perhaps.
Our deceased agent was on the trail of Lieutenant Teague Skorda, a defector from the Atreides military. We're keeping it hush, since Leto intervened on Skorda's behalf a few years ago. I must find him before the Harkonnen do, to protect my Duke's honor. Those above may know more about what Skorda was up to, but such need-to-know information rarely trickles this far down the chain of command.
Am I in the team now?
What you are is a freelance asset. This insulates the both of us. It also gives you more freedom than someone serving in a more official capacity.
Will this paint a target on my back for the Harkonnen?
As a deniable asset, no one knows your allegiance but me.
And everyone who sees
You're
me
as
talking to
free or
you.
limited to move about as anyone else. Trust, you're not officially on the books. That means it's up to me, and me alone, to assess your worth and trustworthiness.
I live and die by the quality of my work and expertise. I'm in.
Let's not waste precious time on menial tasks.
Good choice.
I want to give you the opportunity to demonstrate your true quality. We'll begin with combat prowess. Gangs of brutal slavers need a proper lesson
I
taught
need
to
to
them
kill
the
some
hard way.
slavers. Well, that'll be delightful.
I look forward to hearing about your results. I never could stomach slavers.
Well, don't eat them then. I mean, if they upset your stomach, just don't eat them. I mean, a lot of things upset my stomach, and I'm an old man. I'm level 20. Oh my god, I'm level 20. Well, I have a lot of skill points. Spending some of them would be wise. Increasing the recharge rate on my power pack would be good. You develop an understanding analysis of mode mining with the cut array. Sure, additional cut array yield would be welcome. Increase the maximum power capacity of the power pack. Power pack. I don't have a shield yet. I'll be getting one of those soon, and those will all be good for that. Over here in Swordmaster, that's a long blade. I don't have a sword yet, so I'm still using knives. Eye of the Storm's a pretty good ability. I like that one. Let's see, field medicine. Yeah, that's not bad. Bleed tolerance. That never seemed to have been a thing that was of any real usefulness. We can grab this and grab that. That'll do for now, I think. You want to, keep some points aside. You might want to spend those later on something else. At least that's the way I've always approached those sort of things. You might know, might not know when you're going to need them. Okay, to kill 10 slavers. What else? What else do we have? There. Alright, the third trial of Akal. I know where that is. That's way to the west. Join a house. Takes a while. What do we got over here? Trade post to the anvil. Why can't I scroll here? This UI is garbage! My biggest complaint about the game. Payback. Locate a cache of stolen goods outside Mirzabah. Imperial testing station number 10. You get this really early if you go there this early, you will die badly. Finding a Semo, Nikon Ward tool. That's traveling to the hand of Kadir. Observation post. Oh my god. Really? Hide the completed. There we go. Atreides, Tolliver. Killed 10 slavers. Okay, that's currently on our tracker, right? Yes, it is. Alright. We also had a fair number of intel points, so I'm going to spend those, at least some of them. The Kirab still suit. That's the next tier still suit. The Dew Reaper is very important, even early. I prefer the light armors, so we'll unlock the Kirab Scout armor. Oh, we definitely need the Holtzman shield. So iron ingots and particle caps. That'll do for now. Hello there. Welcome back. Hey, how you doing? Just getting started today. Did a late session last night, but or an evening session, but my system freaked out a little at some point. I heard a big badoop, and essentially my keyboard and mouse both stopped working for a second, and then it badooped a second time, and it was reconnected. My USB had glitched, and so I lost the camera, and so between the two things malfunctioning, I called it an evening. I'm reasonably well. Good night's sleep. Free to game to my heart's content. What's not to like? Alright, we'll grab the iron ingots we made. I have no idea how long I'll be streaming. I would expect at the longest it'll be about 3 hours, but I would probably less, and then I will probably do an evening session 4 hours from now. So I would say 2 or 3 hours, an hour or two off, and then probably a couple more hours. We will make a bunch of copper. Now about 48 of them. And the iron ingots, we've got materials for 40, but that's all the water we've got. There we go. All right. These are finished goods. They should go in here. Yeah, in there. All right. We do have, yeah, we have about half a liter of water we're carrying on us. Are we carrying any blood? I don't think so. No. All right, can we make the Holtzman shield? We can. This is a huge leap in combat ability. Basically, it makes you more or less, for some length of time anyway, invincible to projectiles for a short while. Turned it on, turned it off. But if you shoot through it, it turns off for a second or two. So you do have to be aware of that if you're shooting out, they can shoot you. I think I'm going to kill a couple of bandits and for their blood. It's nothing personal. It's just business. This guy appears to only have that thing set up as... Oh, I guess it's got... Oh, he's got stuff behind, too. Oh, let's... That did not work as I had hoped. Oh, connection to server lost. That's not great. Well, that's why I couldn't grab onto anything. Uh-huh. 1 second. Well, it doesn't appear to be me. Uh-huh. So, let's exit to main menu. I take it back. It may be a short stream after all. I'm going to quit the game. Or possibly this will take me back to the main menu. I don't think it should. But I will reboot and we'll see what just happened. It could be a very short stream indeed. Connection request timed out. Okay. Are we still alive? Well, we're still alive. Okay, that was weird. It's fine, nothing to see here. Now, presumably we get back. I'm still sort of in that little gap behind that guy's house. And I haven't glitched inside and or died. No, I am on top of the guy's house. We turn on our shield. We bust out our gun.
Who's that?
Okay, uncalled for.
Eyes on hostile.
Cut it out! I did not handle that well, I have to admit. Wasn't terrible. Didn't get myself killed, but it wasn't good. I can fly! Sort of. What the heck? I've lost the connection to the server again. What the hell is going on? I don't think it's me. Because, like, my stream is behaving normally. Now, last time that worked to take me to... No, it's not letting me out at all. Okay. It's not even, like, hanging elegantly. We'll try it again. If it happens a third time, I will be ending the stream. Because there's no sense in me banging my head against the wall. This kind of instability, I mean, I don't even remember it from like launch. So I don't know what the problem is. I mean, it's possible that they're simply having so many people coming in, but I doubt it. I'll be able to make a quick check when we get to the server select. I'll check and see as to if it appears that the sieges have gone from like low to medium or high. Yes, risk of seizure. I know. Believe me, I've been doing this for a while. Unreal, Funcom, Legendary, Infinite. Yesterday was a bit weird. When you first start the game, it has to compile the shaders, and that takes like 5 or 10 minutes. And then when you start the game, hello there, it does a quick check on the shaders, and that takes like 20 or 30 seconds. But yesterday, the shader check, when I logged in for the second time, took like 4 or 5 minutes, which was very strange. All right, we will see what the server loads look like. Because if a bunch of them are suddenly up to high, that would explain the server instability I'm getting.
I dream of it.
I dream of it. So if we look at servers, yeah, the populations are low on the servers and sieges. Yep, they're all low still, so they shouldn't be seeing any particular load issues. But if I hang again, I'm going to have to call the stream. There's no point in my banging my head against it. Come back in a couple hours. Interesting. I should get the stuff I looted from the dead guys. So I should have some blood in my blood sacks. I do. Okay, good. Have they respawned? Can I just murder them again? I hear Big Daddy Shai Halud making noise. Nope, they've not respawned. Too quick. Not surprised. Shield off. Oh! Had that happen yesterday too, where I wasn't getting draw-in of all of the various in-world objects. There they go. They popped in right there. All right. The world is intact again. And I am seeing that slight little hitch when I scan an ore node. So I don't know what the deal is with that. So we don't have a bunch of blood to deposit, but we have a little. Ah, is that our first weapon and knife parts? Not the first knife part, but the first gun parts. All right, so we grabbed all of that. We're gonna need silicone blocks very soon. Let's go ahead and did we already unlock that? We did. All right, we're gonna need this cut array. To get erythrite so that we can make steel, but that's a ways off. Regular Leader John is 3. Yeah, we want the Leader John. The Blood Extractor Mark II and the Improved Blood Purifier, we're going to want those and that. So that's another 15. I don't think we want to spend all 15 just yet. Power Pack Mark I. That's probably a good idea. We're going to need the passive dispenser belt because the looted one we've got is not going to last forever. That'll do it for now, I think. New stuff to make. A couple of them, anyway. Power pack. Leader John is copper and micro sandwich fabric. Yes, we like that. Do we have enough for... We might have enough for the better still suit. 8, 14, 20... Nope, 35. We need 6 more. Alright. Made the Holtzman shield. What else got unlocked? I guess that stuff. No. We just made Leader John and the power pack. Passive dispenser belt. Passive dispenser belt replaces the junk one. A full power pack Mark I replaces the, what is it, improvised. And now we've got water next up. Let's see. The static compactor. Yep. We want it. It'll make harvesting the flower sand we need a lot faster and easier. Need flower sand to make silicon blocks. Need silicon blocks to make a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. These can go in here. For that one we don't need to disassemble. All that's going to give us is junk. But we might get something useful from salvaging that once we make the salvager. So we'll step outside and nobody's looking. Littering's a crime. Don't litter, boys and girls. Ah, but we do have Night Has Fallen, so. Because the flower sand is out in the middle of the open area there. Nighttime is the right time for harvesting it. Now they've respawned. Interesting. No home here. There's usually someone who's built a house there. All right. For now, at least, this can go into the 7 spot on our dial. All right. Normally someone's got a house like right around here, which makes it relatively easy to go out onto the flower sand spot. Let's take a quick sip from our catch pockets. Lens flavored. I mean, sure, they filter it, but can you really get rid of the delicious taste of lens by just filtering? I don't think so. All right, so we want to Put our vehicle out in a place where we're ready to mount up. Oh, Shai Halud has decided he doesn't want me to do that. Shai Halud, kind of a spoil sport. There he goes. Flying by. Kind of a jerk. Wrong. Correct. They shot at me. They started it. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing, but you shot at me if I'm just casually driving by. We'll try again. He's back again. He is being very aggressive in guarding his territory right now. Which is not particularly welcome, I have to say. Close. I think I just got like what? Okay, 45. I had a little. I think it's 5 per block, in which case I can at least make, something. Got all of our piles. He's not far away. 400 meters. All right. And we got 3 piles, so that'll be about like 120 or 150, something like that. I'll have to do a little bit of crafting stuffs. But he's crabby, is our Shai Halud. And I'd rather not get eaten. Just a personal preference kind of thing, Silicone blocks. Wow, only 85? That's kind of not satisfactory. We can make 10. Wow, 50 water each. Ugh. The Dew Reaper has to be the first thing we make. as the Dew Reaper is the best sort of intermediate water generator, even better than the using blood. Make sure that we've got power for a while. We have 5.5 days worth of power. One more, and that ought to be it. You can't see it, but we are heading into the ideal time for harvesting water with the Water Reaper, the Dew Reaper. And that'll give us a bunch of water. So that'll be what I'll be doing for the next 10 minutes or so. We'll be grabbing as much water as we can from various dew flower patches that are about. Right, this can replace that for now. This can go there, I guess. Where do we have this sand? Oh, we used the sand. All right. That will be fine for that. Okay. Let's reap some water. We will reap what we have sown, sort of. Under my head, there's a little dial indicator that shows what time of day it is. For instance, light is coming soon, and the last couple of segments in the dial are light blue to brighter light blue, and that means more water available for the dew harvesting, like this. That right there, 1/4 of a liter. Nope, that was 3/4 of a liter all told. We've picked up a liter of water. That would be like drawing the blood from, I think, 4 bandits. Would get you... No, that would get you a liter of blood. And that's 400 milliliters of water. We are about to cap out all of our water storage pretty quick, and we will go back to the house, put the water into... Ooh. We need a water storage. Don't know if we grabbed that yet. Why? Crafting, research. No, we've not made the water cistern yet. We need more copper ingots. 2 more. Alright, we need to get lucky here because we're running short on time before ideal harvesting time is passed. So I need to get lucky and kind of stumble over a copper node. Mostly it's iron around here. Yeah, so I'm probably going to miss the optimal water harvesting time. I can free up a little more space by drinking copiously. So we'll do that. We'll fill up all the water in the best tank we've got, which is inside of us. There we go. copper. But I still don't think we get back in time for optimal harvesting. Because I think the sun's about to rise. But regardless, we'll now be able to at least make the first water storage unit. Copper, please. We can make one now. Another level for me. We will deposit. Oh, that's right. They did add a deposit all water. We don't actually want to deposit all of it. We want to keep half a liter on me for emergency drinking purposes. But we should now be able to make more blocks. There. I won't have a place for that. Now I do. I don't want to fill it because it makes filling up the I don't want the sand. I want the sand. There we go. We want the sand in with the raw materials. I try to be organized to some degree about this. Maybe not a big degree, but to some degree. Yeah, the sun is up, so we can no longer harvest dew. All right, that is a couple of things. Clearing out the observation point and killing slavers. That feels like that is the right thing to do. So we'll go across. You do need to be careful of these red areas on the map. They're going to be one of two things. They are either going to be quicksand, which is like movie quicksand, it'll kill you if you can't get out, or drum sand. And drum sand is like ringing the dinner bell for Shai Hulud, as it alerts him to your presence and it pisses him off. Wrong. Right. So, given our location, we can just whip across. So there is sort of a big escarpment that runs from the east to the north and then across to the west. And the northern part of that is almost solid sand hazards. Drum sand or quicksand. And so you kind of want to stick to the edges along here to get up to there to go across. As crossing further north up, oh, that's a sandstorm. But it seems to be blowing away. So it must have gone across in that direction and was never going to hit us directly. Yeah, it is a sandstorm. It's going away. Okay. We didn't get notified because it was never going to hit where we were. So we need to kill 10 slavers, and we also need to check out that location. But I'm not above grabbing some materials. That is not iron. That's carbon, and I don't have a mining tool good enough for it. Carbon is used with iron to make steel. Which is the next tier. I'm currently sort of at the beginning of iron tier. My first purchase in steel tier my first thing that I'll make in steel tier is without a doubt the sniper rifle. The sniper rifle is a huge tactical advantage, giving you the ability to one-shot a lot of mobs in the head from range. And if you're going into a location with a dozen mobs and you can kill 6 before you have to go in, because the others are either not obvious or are shielded, that's a huge advantage. The tactical advantage you gain from being able to delete some number of the enemies from a distance is enormous. Come on, there we go. And a good afternoon to you, your Dukeness. Once you have a full dispenser, you can launch yourself. You use the grappling hook and turn on the dispenser belt, and you just keep going. You can fly a very long way. Oh, somebody's shooting. All right, that's one. But they're not a slaver. Somebody up there. There's another player doing this stuff. But I'm not above taking advantage of the fact that there are people around. That's a shielded mob. Whoop, somebody doesn't like me. Oh, no. Shielded mobs. Alright, his shield's down. Shield back up, shield back down. I don't know if these are NPCs fighting NPCs. I don't think so. But I killed one and did not get credit for killing a slaver, so it's not a slaver. You know, I'm in the sun, and I don't like standing in the sun trying to shoot shielded enemies. How are we doing on ammo? Not great. I'm out of the sun. I'm not out of the sun. Am I out of the sun? I'm out of the sun. Let us craft some bullets real quick. Am I not carrying any scrap metal? I am not carrying any scrap metal. Oh. I'll have to keep that in mind and be a little cautious with my gunfire. I should have enough to let me finish out what I'm working on here. This is the kill 10 slavers, so... Right. That one was a slaver. I am about to be sunstroked. Damn it. It's going down. That one was not a slaver, so I'm assuming this is NPCs fighting NPCs. That guy got up. He threw some kind of grenade. I think he was a slaver. He may not have died the first time. He may have just been done the equivalent of being downed. Sunscreen, yes, but unfortunately I can't get my hand on any SPF 3000. I've been trying. So I think that's 2. Now the minigunner with the shield, and that guy also has a shield, but the shields are flickering. I'm not sure why they're flickering. It's weird. They both seem to be caught in a loop of NPC behavior. But basically, most of the mobs around here should be slavers. So let's see if we can't find a batch that's a little more one-person friendly and less likely to object with a freaking minigun. The minigunners early on are really a pain in the ass. They are unfriendly. I hear gunfire everywhere. Can't we all just get along? Oh, one of them at least is running around to come say hi. That one too. Whoop. That's 3 slavers. Ammo's not doing great, I bet. It is not doing great. We have 5 out of the 10 dead slavers we need. Also, they're making very kind donations to Lens's water retirement fund. Don't suppose there's any scrap metal over here, huh, guys? No? No? Any scrap metal I could borrow for making bullets? That should be scrap metal. It is. Bullets, please. Why, yes. Let's make a boatload. All right, we've got bullets. Oh, well, carbon ore? Sure, we'll be able to use that to make a couple of things of steel. Got him. Slaver camp. Let's see, we now have 425 rounds of ammo. That should be sufficient. Oh, there's their crate of delicious fat loot, which is that fat. Not even that looty. Kind of rooty tooty looty, you know? We need, I think, 4 or 5 more slavers. Where are we in the area? We're sort of at the edge of the area, so we don't want to get too far out. Oh, a couple more over there, I think. Now, these ranged combats would be a lot easier with that sniper rifle you'll keep hearing me mention, because the sniper rifle is awesome in the game. It's a great leveler of the battlefield, shall we say. Another slaver camp there. There's another one. 2 of them. That's not great. Time to swap out of the gun. Is that 3 of them? Missed me. They got a gun. They're not slavers, however. It said slaver camp. I'm full on blood. Thanks, guys. I won't need any more of your blood. Did already grab all the stuff out of that. Just more of them popped up. In a most unfriendly and unwelcome fashion. I am well outside of the area, but I am close to the observation point. Let's get to the observation. I am still suffering that a little bit of a hitch when I scan things, which I didn't used to have. You're above me. Directly, more or less. A little more copper so that I'll be able to make another, some more water storage. Oh, you are not, my friend. Shooting at me is distinctly unfriendly. sir or ma'am. Oh, I'm a little bit low on water. How about we drink some delicious... He's shooting again. Some delicious lens-flavored beverage.
Enemy found. Inner local. Backup.
Made from 100% authentic, organic, homegrown lens juice. That really... I'm not helping myself with that, am I? Yeah, never mind. Let us speak of this no more. All right, we are 21 meters away. Two of them. What the hell is that? Why are they not... Why is that one not dead? And why is my shield off? That was a remarkable shot. I ran out of power. Enough of them were shooting at me fast enough that they sucked all the power out of my shields. When is the NPC on NPC violence going to end? I don't know. I despair of humankind. We've been at this so many years, and yet we never learn. Bandits kill slavers. Slavers kill bandits. And what does it solve? Well, I guess if enough of one side kill all of the other side, it kind of solves that one problem. But other than that... Is that a dude? Yeah, dude, seriously. Do you think I'm not watching? He's got shields. Basically, my bullets, he mocks them. He mocks my bullets. Hi. Okay. That's poison. Alright, we heal ourselves. That removes the poison. I can't see where this person is. They are above me. Come on. I was going to say take your shot. Then you took your shot and you hit me, which was not called for at all. Alright, well, they're dead. I just came over here to, take a look around, and these people are just, they're not happy to see me. And it hurts my feelings. Or really, it hurts my feeling. I don't have a lot of feelings. Just the one, I guess. Did I actually get credit for scoping out the... I guess I probably did. Because that's no longer showing up on the map. Yeah, I did. Okay. I still need 2 more slavers, and they're to the east, so... Can you take my stuff? Off my cold, dead body. Oh, hi. I missed. Dude, seriously, dude. Not a slaver, I think. What we can do is we can grab some water from here since we're low. And we now have our Dew Reaper. You have to be careful because the Dew Reaper uses the same energy our shield uses. He was a slaver. I'm not getting a lot because we're nowhere near the ideal reaping time. Can I get... Okay, he's not showing that he's got anything that's lootable. I think I need 1 more slaver. Now, night, it certainly can be very difficult to pick out your targets. But on the other hand, you don't have to worry about getting sunstroked. So a little bit of potato. We are heading into prime harvesting time. Yeah, we are technically in optimal dew harvesting time now. And if you've got the Dew Reaper and space to store it, you basically don't want to, in the, sort of this middle part of the game, you don't want to skip harvesting. Because it's easy water. It's much easier water, even than getting the blood. Because you got to remember, the blood you get, I think you only get 20% of that out as water on the first tier of the blood equipment. And you really don't get an enormous amount until you get the corpse stills. Which, yes, that is every bit as bad as it sounds. But they're in the books. Basically, it takes all the water out. It's also in the movie, if you've seen the ceremony with Jamas. Okay. We have filled our body and our storage. That is 10 slavers. I'm about to be frozen in place. am about to run. I have caught the attention of the Sardaukar. Well, this is a good object lesson for anyone watching who hasn't played. They're going to let me go in a couple seconds and send a bunch of mercenaries after me. Oh, I'm fucked. Okay. I can awaken at the vehicle respawn or at home. Vehicle respawn is the last place I was on a vehicle. I'm going to respawn there. I think. Trade post. Checkpoint. Player start.
Someone's here.
Next respawn. It's not obvious as to which. This is Eastern Familius Gap, Haga Basin South. Definitely not there.
Who's there?
That's the trade post. I don't want to. I wanted to go with the vehicle respawn. Are those the only locations I have? But it's listed as a vehicle respawn. Why isn't it showing up here?
Who goes there? There's someone here.
And I never did set my home as a location to respawn to because I'm an idiot.
Who's there?
I'm not sure why I can't respawn to the vehicle. Maybe it's too close. Oh, give me a second. I just got botted.
I see someone.
Banned.
Someone's here.
Then I guess we go with the trade post.
There's someone here.
I wasn't paying close enough attention. That is, however, the first time I've ever been killed by the mercs that the Sardaukar dropped. They just didn't miss any shots at all. They annihilated me. And I'll want to get back and get all the stuff. You lose some of the stuff, but it stays where you were killed. So I'll want to get back and get the stuff that is still on my corpse, if any. Yeah, there'll be some, I think. Well, we killed the slaver, so we can at least talk to him about that.
Welcome back. If you're eager for work, I bet that felt good. You proved your martial prowess. Let's see your cunning. Lanoff is a Samuda addict. I'd like to find out what he knows about other Harkonnen. Good. Remember.
I believe I have to talk, to Lanoff. All right, so that was going so well until it suddenly wasn't. So that's going to be, a few minutes as I drive back to my body. Oops. Big Daddy, Shai-Hulud. Lanov is over there at the Harkonnen outpost on this part of the map, or on this map, basically. It's weird. The Harkonnen one is very easy to get to. The Atreides one is very difficult to get to. The sun is out now. You can probably tell on account of it is. So we'll talk to Lanov. We will this time, pardon me, remember to set your save point. It blows my mind a little bit that it isn't by default one of your save points. Your house. And get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Can't help it. There's just something about the feel of the sand trike that just makes me bust out into a Born to Be Wild. This will be interesting. I don't know if the mercenaries stay around after dark. I don't think they do. I mean, yeah, after dark. After sunup. That might have been, it might have been mercenaries that were fighting with slavers, but they're certainly not right around here, so. Yeah, we want all of that. 8,000 solari, plant fiber, copper, gun parts, blade parts, salvaged metal, carbon ore, thrithrite crystal, and fuel cells. We want all of that. Most especially the cash money. And I will again complain about how incredibly inept Twitch is at dealing with bots and spammers. As for, I don't know, a couple of years, I got occasional, sometimes regular tells from the bot for this one company, and they finally banned the stream. The name of the company. Hello there. We will grab some armor off of this rack. You can get armor off of these racks, and you can get Holtzman actuators off of the Ornithopter racks. And both are useful for various crafty bits. That should be it. That is it. Alright. We're heading over here to surreptitiously interrogate Lana. I'm going to jokingly say your chat is so dead, even the ghosts are leaving, which is your favorite bot spam message, but you didn't want to get banned. So just say hi. You're human. You would have to say something actually offensive as opposed to just poking fun to get a ban. Please don't. And yeah, my chat is normally pretty quiet. It depends. Last night, yesterday, I guess, quite active. A nice human, well, I'm not sure you're going to be comfortable around here because I'm kind of a dick. But usually not to the people who are watching. For instance, I was just excoriating, excellent word, Twitch on their vast ineptitude when it comes to banning bots and spammers. I'm not that big a dick that you have to call in the Marines or possibly the Army or Navy or Coast Guard or the Cub Scouts. I guess they don't want me. Can I pick up my vehicle? I can't even pick up my vehicle right here. Yeah, it's what I was ranting about was for several years this one website was constantly, not every stream, but I would say a good percentage of streams, especially in the last couple of years, we'll call them, I I'm still not in a place where I can pocket my vehicle. We'll call them botco.com. And finally, after years, Twitch banned anything with the string botco.com. And for a few weeks, nothing. No more bot spam messages. It was glorious. And now they're back. They just put a space between botco and .com. And Twitch hasn't done anything about it. Despite the fact it'd be just about the easiest thing in the world to do, they've done nothing. You know, it's the sort of thing that you would think would be really good to put AI on. Now, Twitch has gone out of their way to tell us, hey, this looks like a bot or spam message. Yeah, no shit. It's because it's an obvious bot and spam message. So they're recognizing it, they're just not choosing to do anything about it. You know, if you get thousands of messages sent out from one user or dozens of users where the messages are just about identical or include large segments of the same string, it's pretty easy to detect that and cut it off. Nope. So yeah, when I say I'm often a dick, it's because I'm ranting and raving about correctly, but ranting or raving about things that are currently irritating.
Do I know you?
Dude is way messed up.
The hell are you talking about? Let me enjoy my downtime. Get out of my face if you know what's good.
Apologies, friend.
No,
He's
wine
really
is fine,
blitzed.
but you wait to...
Pardon me, I'm just gonna go
Wait.
through it.
Hello? What? Sorry, No, it's not like... Maxim's the biggest Shamuta user
Raiding a
of all
slaver
time.
camp for a quest,
He's
so you
got
may
the best
respond. Yeah, that was,
suppliers.
I had to
chase
kill
our
10 slavers.
hungers. Yeah?
And
all right then.
then I had the ill fortune to not realize there was a Sardaukar ship overhead. They froze me, and the mercs ganked the shit out of me. I lasted like 5 seconds, literally, after the freeze ray was removed. I turned, I ran, brrrt, no shield, brrrt, frozen, brrrt, downed. I mean, I have run away from the mercs dozens of times. This is the first time they ever just absolutely annihilated. Maybe it was bad luck, or maybe they buffed the mercs. I understand the mercs have been a source of corpses for players who have corpse stills. You know, that they would go out of their way to draw the attention of the Sardaukar to get them to drop mercs, and the mercs are just a body supply that delivers themselves. These guys just absolutely drilled me. Now, granted, I'm not very far into the game. But still, literally, I've never been annihilated by them by that. Well, other than the one death, you know, which I object to on, hey, that's not fair grounds. Because it wasn't fair. And I obviously am an objective a judge of what is fair and what is not fair. You can trust my judgment on this. It was not fair. Really. Some more armor will be good. I tend to be a very risk-averse player in games in general. So I don't generally rack up the body count. Not because I'm accomplished, because I'm a chicken. For instance, I have been eaten by Shai Hulud once, and I did it intentionally. Yeah, Bok Bok is exactly correct. Only Death sounds like it's actually going well. Yeah. Maybe not for me, but maybe for a more aggressive player. But I just tend to be risk averse. I find it like more than annoying when I die. And in this case, in particular, because I can't say it wasn't my fault. I wasn't aware enough that the Sardaukar were around and it got me killed. I would feel better about the death, for instance, if I knew that the mercenaries had been buffed. Ooh, that is about as close a spice blow as you're going to see in the low-level areas. That's just north of the trade post. The Anvil trade post. Honey, I'm home. Wouldn't it be ironic if there was an iron node right outside my house? Not really. That was a stretch. I'm sorry. That's the chemical refinery. Well, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? It was a joke. We'll deposit the blood we were carrying. We'll deposit the water as well in a sec. Do we have enough copper to build a second cistern? I don't think so. Can I add more items? Of course I can. Because I'm loaded for bear with all kinds of stuff. How's about now? We do not need the heavy darts. Those we can simply dispose of. We won't need heavy darts until we get a sniper rifle. We love our sniper rifles around here. We just love our sniper rifles around here. On my main character, level 145, at like, I don't know, level 25 or so, I took the flight to whichever of the major cities I went to. Probably Arkeen. And you have to go there to pay your taxes and like deposit a little money in the bank. I went there and I decided, well, I'll go ahead and I'll browse the auction house, and lo and behold, a very, very high quality sniper rifle, Thufir's Best. Hawat's Best, whatever it's called. Thufir Hawat's Best. Sniper rifle. For 1,000 Solaris. Not the blueprint. The gun. For 1,000 Solaris. And that made a large part of the game significantly easier for a long time. Being able to headshot any unshielded mob from range with that sniper rifle. Glorious. I do need more copper ingots. I have copper. You will end up with enough copper ingots to make another cistern. That can go in there. That can go in there. That can go in there. We'll yoink that. That. Let's go ahead and split that. We'll drop those in here for now. Let's see. Sure, this can go for the food. You want to drop the erythrite off over here? Yes, we do. I'm trying to stay organized. It's not an easy, that's a big ask for me. Let's put it that way. And Okay, good. And the cash monies. I like to keep 1,400 credits on me, as that will allow me, if I find myself in an outpost, to go to a different outpost and back if needed. And keep the rest not on me so that I don't lose it when I get ganked by mercs, let's say. Not that that would happen, of course. It happened. Do we have enough for that second cistern? We do. All right, we will now deposit water. As I mentioned, I like to leave myself with like half a liter John of water at all times. We're in night, so we'll be heading to the water harvesting time. And once I get a full batch of water dumped into these, we'll be in good shape going forward for water. I dumped all the blood in. That's getting converted into water. Iron ingots. 60, that's 1,500 water. And we've got 4 liters, so... Alright. Did that finish the copper? It did. And there we go. More copper. Alright. Let's check where we are here. The Kirab still suit. We don't have enough micro sandwich fiber to make the still suit. The scout armor. We don't have enough plasteel microflora fibers to make that. Cutter Ray Mark II, we don't need yet because we don't need to be making steel when the things we're making are still going to be using iron for now. The chest is nice, but not a big deal. The power pack 2 would be good. Iron and particle caps. As we were having some power shortage issues, I'm going to say yes. I'll make that right now. The handheld resource scanner seems like it's not that good, but the fact is that it also scans for people. They show up as water sources. So if you scan, you can actually, if you're in like a facility or a Imperial testing station, something like that, you can see where the people are. And so it's very good. I will want that, but I don't need that right now, I don't think. Right, the blood extractor unit is 15 to get all 3 parts of that, and that does need upgrading. There's the life changer. The first time you can get your hands on a sniper rifle. Repair station, okay. Cutter ray we can probably do without for now. The recycler's only going to cost 2 points. Let's grab that. So we'll grab that, and what else did we just grab? My brain. My brain is only a semi-useful, occasionally useful device. Grab the power pack. What the hell else did I just make? Did I just unlock? Am I dumb? Am I, like, actually functionally stupid? Don't answer that. All right, power is now going to be less of an issue. Oh, it was the salvager. Mm-hmm. Can we make the salvager now? What are we missing? Probably iron? No, copper. We need 4 more copper ingots. Are we making copper? No, we're making iron. We need 4 more copper ingots. I need to track down a little bit of copper. Well, we know where there is a node. And while we're over there, we can do a little murdering and grab the blood from these poor individuals. Shield on. Gun out.
There's someone here.
Anyone else? And there should be a blue node over here. I thought there was. Well, regardless, we do now are in harvesting night time. Not quite optimal, but it says optimal. It's not the very best. So what we're going to do is we're going to harvest a bunch of water here. We will drink some. Best place to store water is inside lens. Ah, there's the blue node I was looking for. Spice blow. Or possibly gas. I did have burrito for lunch, so it could be the gas thing. All right. So we go back, we pour all our water into the cisterns. We turn around, there are some more water nodes just on the far side of the house. We grab the water from them, probably filling up our leader johns again. And suddenly, water is no longer an immediate problem. I did not choose the ideal location for the house. It's fine. I've built a house on a couple of different servers in that same basic place. Which is why I know all about these delicious nodes. I didn't drop off the water because I'm a dope. We covered the I'm a dope thing in the past. Not sure. Let's deposit all water. There we go. Good morning, Miss T. Just next to hostile NPCs. Yeah, that's not a bad choice, especially if it's a dew sealed, one of the dew sealed cave locations, as those have useful crafting items in them. And so, you know, every time they chests respawn, you at least get some useful materials out of them, as well as the blood from the unwilling but enthusiastic donors. Yeah, we missed the ideal location. We have gone overtime now. We're now in poor dew harvesting time again, but it's fine. We didn't quite fill our leader johns twice. More's the pity. Yeah, we just harvested 2 milliliters of water because the sun is rising. Oh, if you're talking about one of the sort of a little cluster of buildings kind of outposts, yeah, those can be difficult. Those can get you dead in a hurry. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? All right, we don't want to deposit all of our water. I like to keep half of the liter and a half, so 750 mils of water on me. We did get a little bit more blood. Deposit that. We needed to make more copper to make the salvage thing. And we got here just as it finished making the iron. That is the old power pack. Right, we're going to be converting that in just a minute. We're going to be salvaging the salvageables that we've been holding on to. And some of those parts that you get out are worthwhile. So, now we should be able to make the salvage. Indeed. We're a bit short on space. I mean, after all, it is the final frontier. I didn't say that. I have no idea what you're referring to. And that'll do for now. It is time to expand. It was exactly what I was thinking. Aha! We need to disable the power. We only have so many units from our, at this point, one generator, that this puts us over the limit. So we disable this so it's no longer working. What we do then is you can get by this way for a long time by managing the power by disabling items. And it'll also save the energy from the generator. So later on, as you go in, it can be a bit time consuming to run around grabbing power cells. And it can be worth your while to just turn off a lot of the stuff you're not using. Just turn it on when you need it, turn it back off. All right, we enable. We use. We took these off a dead body. That's right. We stole his pants. I'm not gonna say that's a good thing, but they're nice pants. Recycle that. Passive dispenser belt, we got that as loot from the Imperial testing station. It was great early on, as it prevents you from dying from falling damage, which is good. We want to keep those. We want to keep all of those. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Power Pack Mark 1. And there was one more thing. What was it? There was one more thing. Wasn't there one more thing? I thought there was one more thing. The Kinjal. Kinjal. There we go. There we go. Oh, and we want to pick up the things. Not a huge amount of stuff, but the blue and green items. In the past, I have spent good amounts of time going back to the first area you go to, just to farm stuff, because it's easy and fast to get the blue and green items. I'll show you the blue and greens in a sec after we drop another storage container on the floor. So these are the blues and these are the greens. One of them come from, well, let's see, these come from the orange dew-sealed caves. You wish it had tile snap for your OCD. I agree. That would be nice. And there may be mechanics for it that I'm just not aware of. The blues come from Imperial testing stations. The greens come from shipwrecks and the like. So, in the past, even when I'm at the point where I've got an ornithopter, I would fly down here. I would land here to get the green parts. This is the wreck of the Halcyon, which you have to go through as part of the starting quest line. I would get in my ornithopter. I'd fly over here to the Imperial testing station, go down there, run through that for the blue parts. The testing stations up here are a lot more difficult. You'll get a quest to go to this one early on. Don't. Unless you want to die. This is the first map, right? You start off in Haga Basin South. Every individual area through here is you can use a scanning probe to get the entire map unveiled. It's all going to look like desert. Oh, yours and yeah. Well, yeah, those are not dynamically done. Those are static. The maps will look the same. The place where they might vary from time to time is the deep desert. Every week, the deep desert completely changes. The layout changes, the contents change. Maybe there's 5 Imperial testing stations this week and there's 10 next week. Now keep in mind, the bottom half of the deep desert is PvE. The top half is PvP enabled. And it's huge. It's much bigger than the entire map is here. Stealing from thieves, right? That's across the way. All right. I have to tell Lieutenant Tolliver what I learned. Right, that's right. I pumped the guy for information. You have a quest to turn in. Or a mission, if you prefer. If there are any new players out there, I do recommend, if possible, building your house, at least your first house, relatively close to the Anvil Station, because you have to go there for a lot of quests, and if you want to catch a flight to either another station or one of the big cities, you do it here. So being close to this location is a big advantage. Hi, Anton.
Welcome back. If you're eager for work, I have just the thing.
Samuta has definitely loosened Lenov's tongue. Something about orange and looks beautiful even when it's just sand. The whole map, someone who says that it all looks the same to me, I can understand that. But I don't agree, and I think, obviously, it is necessary for the setting. There are places when you get further in where there is a relatively large amount of living stuff. it's cacti, it's scrub bushes and stuff like that. So you're never going to see a lush, you know, biome. But it's not all just sand and rocks. It's mostly sand and rocks, but it's not just sand and rocks. And I think they did a great job in making the game feel like a desert planet and yet still look beautiful.
Well played. Such subtlety proves you're ready for more delicate and important tasks.
Well, that's true. I'm ready to take my place in your organization to the next level.
I agree. You've shown unusual promise. I have one worry. Namely, you still seem a little too friendly with Maxim Casimir over there.
What can I do to prove my loyalty to you and House Atreides?
I would like to see you rise in the ranks. And there is a solution to this doubt. I want you to blackmail Maxim.
That sounds like fun.
Good. Now let's get this Harkonnen off our backs so we can properly investigate this Skorda mystery.
And how should I go about that?
Maxim's Samuda addiction is known. It got out of hand. He got sloppy. That's why he was demoted and sent here. Apparently, his addiction has worsened. I had a tracker put on the person I suspect is his supplier. Go to the last recorded coordinates. Dig up anything that can be used against Maxim.
I'll do it.
Here's your contract. Bring me back evidence of Maxim's addiction to Samuda, particularly how it might negatively affect his duties.
1,200 Solari, 350 XP, and a contract test of loyalty. So I will, again, cover why I chose Tolliver. You can choose either Atreides or Harkonnen. Later on, you can betray once and choose the other faction. But the reason I think the reason to choose Harkonnen, other than I think you can make an argument they have better cosmetics, is because this area is important, because this is basically the quest hub once you get out of Haga South. The Harkonnen have a little base outpost here, so it's close by. Sadly, I think somewhere around here, or possibly here, is the Atreides one, and it's much, much, much harder to get to. You can start Mentat training here, and you can start Bene Gesserit training up at the Atreides one if you are not one of those two classes. The Swordmaster is near the Atreides one at the outpost, and then obviously you will have run into the first trooper trainer back here at Griffin's Reach. And that's why I recommend you not choose Trooper as your initial starting class, because you'll get access to it very early on in addition to your starting class. The other starting classes are much more difficult to get, so don't start with a Trooper. As you can see, I have Swordsman. You get the Planetologist at the first Imperial Testing Station, and Trooper I have unlocked. I've not unlocked either Mentats or Bene Gesserit yet. Wrong way. But I will open up Mentat right now. Or at least start. Wrong button. Yeah, all of them have good, useful skills. The Bene Gesserit have one of my favorite skills in the game, which in essence is a teleport behind another mob and sort of freeze them in place for a short time. It is extremely useful for melee purposes. Basically, it takes you from range into melee. They don't know you're there, and you're behind them. It is an extremely powerful skill. The one you start with is very good as well. Basically, it gives you the ability to sort of use the voice to make them come running up to you and just stand there for a second. So you can, again, knife in. Making that noise totally optional. But why wouldn't you want to make the funny noise? The noise. Paid DLC. Don't get many ideas. We actually just got the first DLC the other day. Just clip it and play it whenever it's appropriate. I think. I'm trying to remember exactly where they are. Down here, I think. What the hell was that? I have a passive suspensor belt. I have a power pack. Why the hell did that not work? I was critically injured. Yes, I'm aware of that fact. I'm pressing the button that should allow me to heal, and yet that's not working either. I'm confused. Let's put it that way. I did have server disconnects earlier when I started streaming today. Yeah, Mentat's over here.
You seem fit enough. But don't take that as a compliment. My standards are low. Care to train in the ways of the Mentat?
I would like to train.
Before I can teach you, I must know that you are capable. I have tasks for you that are exceedingly simple, yet necessary.
I accept the contract. First blood. Let the game choose the server when you first started. Now it takes you 5 to 6 tries to log in. It keeps kicking you out. It didn't look like a lot of people were playing when I checked earlier. And there might be certain servers that, for instance, a well-known streamer, so clearly not me, would have chosen that had a bunch of people pile in. But other than that, I checked all of the sietches in the server we chose here are low, and it looked like all of the servers I already have characters on are low. I think they're having some server issues because I did get disconnected twice shortly after the stream started. But I have no idea what almost killed me there. I will also repeat that the questing system is so dreadful. The entire UI. My only real complaint about the entire freaking game is the UI is terrible. Again, it didn't kick in. Is it because I'm in a Canley area? I am not understanding. Now I can heal. I mean, I know I can't use my skills in a in one of the safe areas, but I should be able to use automatically have the passive suspensor belt work like that. I mean, maybe that's always the... Oh, low on fuel. Well, we'll fix that. I don't have a small vehicle fuel thing on me, but I do have one at home. Where was it? There? No. There? Yes. I mean, not possible to place a vehicle. Why? Jerks. Oh, I can place one there. Fine. Fine. Whatever. Fuel. New status, 100%. And the fuel cell's got a little bit left in it. All right. Okay. We can leave the static compactor behind and figure out what we're going to do next. Got 21 intel. We could use more intel, that's for sure. What do we need here? We needed more micro sandwich fiber if we wanted to make the better still suit. And we do. So, because we need a bit more micro sandwich fiber, not much. So the whole thing takes 15, 21, 27, 35, and we've got 29. We need 6. There are 2 sealed locations, sealed cave locations right on this rock outcropping area. So we will go to each of them, murder the people appropriately. If they didn't want to be murdered, they wouldn't be hiding in rocks. Okay, shield on. Game 24. Only one person? Juicy. That's 6. That's all we needed. But I'm going to grab the other one too. The other one is always a tougher fight. There's like three or 4 mobs in there, and I think one of them's a minigunner. Minigunners suck. They'll be the bane of your existence in this sort of early mid-game part of the game. We're getting close to harvesting time for the water again. Delicious filtered lens juice. Wow, we've got the fog as if there were water-bearing dew plants there, but there's no plants. Missed me. That. Come on, poke your head out. Thank you. That's one. That's two. Which means a knee and a knife. Get them all? Get them all? Was everybody served? Did I miss anyone? I would hate to have missed anyone. Excellent. And there's home. Oh, no, we want a different tile set for that. Is that the tile set we want? It is. No big deal, just adding a floor. And now, you might be thinking, Lens, you have successfully trapped yourself. And you're not wrong. Fortunately. For now, at least, we can make do with this, start rearranging things, set up, I don't know, stairs. It kind of can be now, if you've seen anything about, essentially, there are companies that 3D print houses now. It's not that fast, but it's surprisingly easy compared to the old, 2x4s and running everything through the walls and then putting the walls in and then getting all of the plastering down, all of that stuff. They actually 3D print houses now, which is a little bit mind-blowing. Let's put away all of these things. What I should do, before I forget here, is move this one, because this one's special. This is the one I do not auto-deposit things into. The auto-deposit system is really cool. Basically, if I went up to this one and I hit F, if I've got any of these in my inventory here, they auto deposit. Basically matching anything in your inventory to automatically deposit it in that chest if you've got anything that matches. So over here is stuff that I don't want to automatically deposit. So basically when I come in from murdering the natives, I can just come in here and just go quick deposit, quick deposit, quick deposit, quick deposit, and almost everything I'm carrying will automatically find its way to the right location. We have a little bit of copper, so I believe right here, bloop, 5 copper ingots deposited. Now, what was I about to make? I was going to make something. An entire set of the Kirab still suit. There we go. And that'll just take a bit. I can make a second generator, but at this point, I don't need it until I start having to have more stuff online. And actually, if you're willing to do a little bit of management in a way, it's easier to just turn on an item you need, like say the salvager. Salvage the stuff that needs salvaging and turn it back off. And this over here, at least for now, we can drop. Can we squeeze it in? We can squeeze it in. This will hold emergency gear, shall we call it. Because you can die and not be able to get your stuff back if Shai-Hulud eats you or if you die to a storm. That I like to keep one tier of gear saved just in case. So we wear the. Let's first of all do it. So like the current still suit has 11 armor protection and 3 heat protection. This has 17 and 0.5 instead of 0.3. So the Kirab set is better. So we're going to equip the Kirab set. If I, hit the right keys. And the old set, instead of salvaging it, which we could do, because of the possibility of dying to Shai-Hulud, it's nice to keep a spare set of gear around of the previous tier. I am doing pretty well. I am about to call it an afternoon. Well, I am going to be back in a couple hours, but I am about to call it an afternoon as soon as I figure out what I plan on doing when I come back. So we have upgraded our still suit, which is actually a pretty cool looking one. Also, you can customize the way you look, including your weaponry. So for instance, we currently have the Karpov 38. And these are the swatches we have that we can use. So I can make them appropriately match the coloration I'm choosing for my clothing, or perhaps contrast, or just something that is a little easier to visually pick up. The frame blade? Really? Huh. I actually think I like the default better for the Caliph's Drinker. That one. Definitely that one. And we just put on the Kirab suit. So the options we have are Scavenger, the Dune 2021, so the movie version, the Sardaukar, which is one of the bonuses I got for buying one of the more expensive game packages. Let's go with the sunset dye, I think. There we go. So now I look like this. A little dark and foreboding. You know, I'm working against the Harkonnen, so but if I'm wearing black armor, they're more likely to be a little open when they talk to me, you know? Because I look like a bad guy, like them. I don't have any current heavy armor. I always stick with the light armor because I find that the mobs you're fighting fall into two batches. The kind you can shoot, they die pretty quick most of the time. And the kind you have to fight with either a knife or a sword, and the ability to do more dodging that you get with light armor outweighs, I think, the value of the blade mitigation. I'm not turning to the dark side. Yet. But this is the outfit I currently have, the scavenger outfit, but I'm not wearing, so it's not actually going to show, I don't think, correctly. Yeah, that's the hood. Again, my options for the light armor. Flame Gouger's hood. I don't even know where I got that. Do I have like an entire set of Flame Gouger's outfit? I do. That's like a gang? I'm not sure where I got that. I honestly have no real idea where I got that. But I'm now, when I'm in my light armor, I will look like a flame gouger, apparently. Let's see what that looks like. I'm a flame gouger. Kind of like it. A little different. Not sort of my usual, but hey, that's cool too. And then we're back in that. Have I played Star Wars The Old Republic? I have legend status on Star Wars The Old Republic. I've played all 8 storylines to completion. Yeah, I played a lot. A lot of it was streamed. It's like my 3rd or 4th most streamed game. Give me a second. Flashbang, but just me. Twitch tracker. It is my 5th most streamed game. I streamed it for 193 hours. How much I've played, I have no bloody idea. A lot. A lot. I actually got into the beta very early, like 9 months before the game came out. And I will tell you that because I was working, didn't have a cable modem, I had a 1.5 megabit download speed, basically a T1 speed. That was 2.5 days to download the 25 or 28 gigabytes. That was a long wait. Congratulations, you're invited to the beta for Star Wars The Old Republic. You really want to play it, you get to wait 2 or 3 days before you can play it. So that was maybe the longest I've ever waited to play a game, knowing that it was coming. So yes, I have played an enormous amount of Star Wars The Old Republic. I have played most of the Western MMOs at least a little. Frequently, a lot. But I'm going to call it here for the afternoon session. I will be back in less than 2 hours. Probably just under 2 hours, so 5 p.m. Pacific time. With more Dune Awakening. Don't know what I'm going to be doing next. Probably following more of the storyline stuff. I'll know I need to deliver plant fiber and iron ore to the Mentat trainer, and then do another quest for them, and then I think they give me access to the first tier of the Mentat skills. I also probably want to do Trials of Okkel 3 and 4. Doing the 4th Trial of Okkel gets you the 3rd skill at the bottom. You currently have just the Q and C skill. You'll get an X skill. Those are located, the Trials of Okkel are located like over here, far to the west. So those are the likely things that I'll be working on come 5 p.m. Pacific. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. As always, I am very appreciative. For realsies, I'm back in an hour and 50. Hopefully, you'll see me soon. But that's going to do it for now. So, regardless of whether you come back or not, it is Friday evening round here. So, hopefully, your weekend has begun, and I hope it kicks ass. Note, I require a full report on the ass-kicking weekend on my desk Monday morning, first thing. Regardless, take care. See you soon. And ciao for now. Bye, guys.